This caboodle right here is where it all started for me. Every single polish that I owned back when I started buying nail polish could fit in here. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today's video will be another Topic Tuesday. So we're into November now, and the first topic for November is, what did your collection look like when you entered the nail community versus what does it look like now? So let me give you a little quick 30-second backstory on me and nail polish. When I was younger, I didn't wear nail polish at all. I bit my nails horribly bad. When I was younger, I played basketball, so my nails were always ugly and broken and jagged and crappy looking anyway. But as I became an adult, I actually wanted my nails and my hands to look pretty all the time. So I started wearing false nails, and I wore them in that squoval shape, but even then I didn't wear a lot of color. I mostly wore French manicure, and every now and then I would wear really sheer white, and that was as far as I went with color. And then I think I went to a Christmas party or something, and I wanted red nails, and that just started it all. So I actually started buying nail polish more often, and as I bought them, I had this caboodle that my mom bought me when I was like 15, and I've had it ever since. So as I bought polishes, I stored them in this, and I would just stick this under the bed, and that was the extent of my polish collection. But as you can tell from behind me, my polish collection has expanded a great deal over the years. I actually started buying polishes in 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. And the more polishes I bought, I had nowhere to store them, so I had to figure something out. So I started researching blogs and Googling and watching YouTube videos, and what initially inspired me, there was a blog called Chloe's Nails. She doesn't post on her blog anymore, but she initially inspired me to make my own nail polish shelves like you see behind me. So I started out with one of those, and I was so excited to have a shelf where I could display all of my polishes, but that one shelf quickly filled up the more polish I bought, and I had to make a second. So when I moved into this room and made it my nail polish and beauty room, I knew that I had to expand even further. So I ended up adding a third shelf, and the third shelf is what has created most of the problems for me. I think I just made it a little bit too fast, so it's not really holding up the way the first two shelves have. So I plan on taking those shelves completely down and then just starting from scratch and making the whole wall behind me a nail polish wall. So yeah, you'll kind of see how my polish collection has grown from being stashed in a caboodle and tucked under the bed to having a nail polish room and a wall of nail polish like behind me. So if you would like to see where my polish started from and to where it is now, then just keep on watching. So like I was saying, my mom bought me this caboodle when I was like 15, so I've had it for a really long time, and I don't plan on ever parting with it because it has such a sentimental place in my heart. I don't use it for nail polish storage anymore, but I do use it to store things like nail vinyls, decals, stamping supplies, extra files, extra nail clips, just things like that. But I keep it in the closet, but I would never part with it because my teeny tiny collection that I started with used to fit in this caboodle. But now, here we are, years and years later, and my collection has grown. Okay, so this was the first polish brand that I ever owned. My mom and her sister owned a beauty supply store when I was a little girl, and this is the brand they sold. And I recently found this, well not recently, maybe a couple of years ago, and I bought it because I remembered it as being the first nail polish I ever worn. So even when this bottle dries out and it's empty, I'm still going to keep it because it's just a memory thing for me. So I'll always keep this bottle. And then this polish is one of the types of polishes that I used to wear back when I wore the false nails, and I always wore French manicures. This old Sally Hansen, this is the type of polish that I used to wear as the base color with the white tips. They definitely don't sell these anymore, but I just can't bring myself to get rid of it, so I'm keeping it. But yeah, this is among the first types of polishes that I used to buy when I started buying nail polish. And comment down below if you have any, or if you ever bought any Love My Nails nail polish. Do you remember the one they had with the clear base and the red hearts floating in it? I think everybody had that polish. I thought I still had that one, but I guess I got rid of it. But I bet with a good nail thinner, I could probably bring this one back to life. But for what it's worth, I keep this bottle just because it has a lot of sentimental value, because this is the type of polish that I used to buy when I initially started wearing nail polish. And this L'Oreal Jet Set polish, oh my gosh, I wore this on my toes so much. It's like I would put it on and then it would get old and chipped. I'd take it off and put it right back on. I loved this polish on my toes. And I remember driving all the way to Louisiana on my birthday one summer to buy these polishes because I wanted them so bad. And I wore them so much. I think I blogged about these back when I used to run my blog, but I drove a state over to buy these polishes, y'all, because they only sold them in Rite Aid, and we don't have Rite Aids in Texas, so I drove over to Louisiana just to buy these polishes. And somebody comment below and tell me if they know what the name of this polish is. It's showing up more red on camera, but it's really a fuchsia pink with that flash in it. The name of it, the sticker came off that shows what the name of it is, but I still really love this polish. I just don't know the name of it. I just know it's old because the oily bottles aren't made like this anymore. And of course I wore color clubs. Like I said, I wore polishes that were readily available and pretty much inexpensive at the time. So I had a lot of color club. I still have a lot of color club. So of course I have Sally Hansen. If you buy nail polish, at some point in your nail polish collection, you have had every sort of Sally Hansen that's ever been put out. I've had these, I've had the prisms, I've had the HD. I probably still have some HD somewhere. But yeah, I've had every make and model of Sally Hansen nail polish that you can think of. And my first ever OPI polish was actually Cajun Shrimp. I remember a coworker talking me into buying this polish and talking me into buying OPI. And I remember saying, $9 a bottle, that's ridiculous. And I fell for it, and now this is my favorite brand of polish. But I remember my very first OPI that I purchased myself and it wasn't given to me was Cajun Shrimp. It was so popular in nail shops. This seems like the color that every woman reached for when she got her fresh nails put on. Cajun Shrimp was just a go-to. And I also remember, what's the name of that color? I'm Really Not a Waitress. That used to be a big time go-to as well, at least in the nail shops that I went to. But as you can tell, I haven't really worn Cajun Shrimp anymore. It actually has been sitting so long on the shelf that it's separated. It looks so much lighter and more pink now than it used to. Seems like it used to be a more dark, corally looking red-orange than what it's showing up here on camera. But yeah, this was either my first OPI or one of my first OPIs. Okay, so here's my nail polish racks. These are the 3 racks that I made that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, and these are the ones that I'm thinking about changing because the center rack is the one that has most of the problems. The living room is on the other side of this wall, and if we have surround sound on and it's really loud, then the polishes on this shelf tend to kind of jiggle forward and then they fall, and I had one to break and it hit this Scentsy thing right here and the wax splashed everywhere. The polish didn't break, but the wax splashed everywhere. The top of the Scentsy thing broke. It was just a mess. So I'm having to change this center rack because some of the shelves are not glued or nailed properly, I guess. They're kind of tipping towards the front like this, so the polish just slides off. And if I move in some, you can kind of see the imperfections in the racks. See how they don't really meet each other like they should. They don't join, the racks don't line up, even though I tried to even them out as much as possible when I nailed them to the wall. The racks still don't line up as good as they probably should, but it looks good from a distance. But see how these racks here don't line up well and the shelves don't butt up to each other like they should? That's the issue I have with these, and I've dealt with it for a lot of years and I'm just kind of over it. So I'm going to be taking these racks down and redoing the whole thing. So as far as what polish brands I have in my collection is mostly OPI, as most of you may already know. OPI, Sinful Colors, Sally Hansen, some Orly, China Glaze of course, a lot of Wet n Wild, and then some random things. But I wasn't really an indie polish collector in the beginning, but I've recently gotten back into indies because mainstream collections just started to get a little bit boring. Even though I still love OPI, they did get a little bit boring to me. So most of my collection is OPI. When I redo the shelves, I'll go through the brands that I have, since I will be reorganizing them by brands. I'll go through them, each brand that I have when I do that. Down here on these acrylic shelves are my most recent nail polish purchases because I haven't taken the time to put them up on the shelves. But I believe there's the OPI Grease collection, those Sally Hansen polishes from that Crayola collection, the OPI Peru, the China Glaze Fall collection, the Essie Fall collection. They're all down here because I haven't taken the time to put them up on the shelf. But yeah, those are the main brands I have. I have some other scattered polishes in here from indie brands and Revlon, CoverGirl, Maybelline, you know, things you can buy in the drugstore. And so yeah, I have random top coats, base coats, all those different things right here. I have some more off in that little bin right there that I probably should pull out because I forget about them. Yeah, if you guys want me to go through my collection in an extensive kind of way, I can do that. But for the purposes of this video, it's just showing you my collection in general and not going through each polish or each brand of polish individually. So down here to the end of the nail polish racks, I have these DIY photo frames that I made. I'm going to take them down because I want to expand my nail polish racks over this way, and I'll have to find somewhere to put these, or I'm sure my daughter or somebody would like to have them because I'm going to need this space over here for expanding my nail polish racks. Initially, my sofa was here under the mirror and my desk was against the wall right here. And I figured in order to be able to get to the new nail polish shelves that I'm going to put there, that I needed to switch those. So now my desk is here and the sofa is here, and I can expand the nail polish racks to go out that way. And so over here in the corner down here is where I keep my giveaway polishes. When people come over and they want polishes, I won't give them any off the wall, but they can have anything that's in this bucket. And I just stuck them in I think this is a trifle bowl I got from Pampered Chef years ago that I didn't ever use. So I stuck a string of Christmas lights down in here and just put the polishes in there. That way, you know, it would look pretty. And at night when the lights are off, it just gives a little glow of light in the corner, and it's really pretty. I like it. Okay, back to the racks. These racks here have 10 shelves each, I think it's 10. Sorry y'all if I'm being really shaky with the camera. I don't have this on a tripod because I'm moving around a lot. But yeah, these racks have 10 shelves, I think. And the way that I want to expand my collection, I can put at least 12 shelves on the wall. If I start up higher, closer to the ceiling, I can put at least 12 shelves. So if I take these acrylic shelves away, then I can put shelves down lower to be able to store more polish, because I want everything up on the wall. I feel better when all of my polish is displayed. I feel like if I keep everything on the wall and expand it all, then it will just look better. I'll feel better. So the top of this cubic shelving unit here, I plan on just storing nail supplies, tools, things like that. And I have a couple of these Lazy Susan things in the closet that I'll probably take out and use in addition to this one. But this one just has most of the everyday things that I use when I'm painting my nails on it. But I'll probably put a couple of more here, plus some nail polish supplies and tools and some pretty things. And so below this Lazy Susan thing, I have this drawer that I can pull out that has a bunch of extra things like cotton balls, the little thingies that you put between your toes, buffers and extra files and things, and also backups of some of my favorite nail polishes. There's Vaseline in here. There's an electric nail polish dryer. There's the thing that you use when you use gel polishes. What is it called? That cures the polish, the little UV light thing. There's one of those in here. I have an electric file in here. It's so full of stuff, and some of it I feel like I would rather have it displayed because I forget I have it. And if you forget you have it, then you won't ever use it. So I want to be able to display some of my things here on the top of this shelf instead of having them in this drawer. So that's another reason why I want to get rid of the acrylic shelves here and display some of my nail polish things that I forget that I have. So I'm gonna kind of extend it to this way. If the door is open, I don't want polish to be behind the door, so it won't butt up all the way to my calendar here, but kind of just in this area, just a little bit, another inch or so that way. But I want the polish to go all the way to the end down there and be closer up to the ceiling. That way it's an actual polish wall. I think that will be more visually pleasing to me and more soul satisfying to me and my passion for nail polish if I could put every single polish that I own on the wall. And I believe last time I counted, I had somewhere in the range of 12 or 1300 polishes, but that was the last time I counted, which was probably in 2017. But I've given away and destashed so much polish that I'm sure I don't have that much anymore. I probably have 800 or 900 bottles now. The shelves that I plan on using are 7 feet long, and I think they are 3 to 4 inches wide, so I'll be able to double up on the shelves as far as placing polish. And I've never used those Helmers or the Melmer ones that you can buy from Michael's. I've never used those because, like I said, I like for my polish to be displayed. I don't want to hide it from myself. I like to see them all. So I would never store my polish in shelves, drawers like Helmers or Melmers. I want them all to be out on display for myself. It's not for anyone else. It's just to satisfy myself, and it makes me happy. So that's what I plan on doing. So this is how my current collection looks. By the beginning of the year, this whole wall will look completely different. And I'm so excited to do it. I can't wait. So yeah, that's my current collection. And like I said, I do plan on expanding it really soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I know people really love to know the number of polishes that a bunch of us bloggers and YouTubers and whatnot have. And like I said in the video, I did have upwards to like 1,300 polishes, but I destash and I get rid of a lot of polishes. If I didn't, I probably would have 2,000 or 3,000 polishes at this point if I didn't give away so many like I have over the years. But I think currently I might have 1,000 or less. Probably 900 or so, somewhere around there. I didn't count for this video. I don't plan on counting because I'm not really into the number of polishes I have. I just love polish, and I just buy the ones that I like, and however many I have, it just is what it is. So yeah, I do plan on, after I rebuild the shelves, I do plan on arranging my polishes by brand, because they've been arranged by color for so long. I feel like I get lost in that when I go looking for something specific by a certain brand. It takes a little longer for me to find it, even though they're all displayed most of the time. It takes me a little longer to find things, but I think since it's been this way for so long, I just need change. And so I think after I put the new shelves up, I'm going to arrange these by brand and then by color after that. And I think that'll make me feel a whole lot better about my collection. And as far as this room where my nail polish and makeup and all is, if you would like to see a full tour of this room, let me know in the comments below, or go ahead and smash the like button and I can see if I can pull something together for you pretty quick. Okay y'all, so that's my full collection from beginning to end, or from where it started to where it is now. If you would like to see what the other topics for November are, then just head over to Instagram and follow Topic Tuesdays, and you can also vote on what you want the different topics for each month to be. And after you follow Topic Tuesdays on Instagram, you may as well go ahead and follow me as well. I will post my Instagram name down in the description box below, as well as right here. And so yeah, that's all I have for this video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing my collection, and I hope that you'll come back and see what my collection looks like once it's on its new shelves. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.